Hey, so it's been a while since I posted. It's just because there was just like a lot going on, out of respect. This whole video is both about me dating Christian Beadles and my past of saying the N word, which is bad. I mean, it doesn't matter which one you say, it's still bad. But I will say, basically, my story with Christian. Yeah, I was 17 when I don't remember how he asked. Like, I just remember us talking. I don't know how we got in contact with each other, but we were talking and it was on the account, the Real Beatles 1 Twitter account, and we were talking as friends, and then leaded him to him asking me out, and going into a relationship together. And it was good at first. He was being sweet to me, and until things started happening. There was like key things that would happen. We didn't date that for that long, but it was like something I just didn't like. I wanted to come out because like in that relationship it was a lot because the whole Trump situation. And he also told me like a little after we started dating, it was like, you're not dating me just to get close to Justin Bieber, because I know you're a Justin Bieber fan and everything. And I was just like, well, yeah, like I support Justin, and that's how I know you, and you're like a YouTuber, and like your videos are cute or whatever. But okay, he basically pushed his insecurity on me. He told me the story of like how this girl, I don't remember her name, but like he told me that about he was dating this girl, and this girl wanted to like get close to Justin, and made him feel very insecure. And that's why he's like scared to date Justin Bieber fans. So moving on with the whole Trump thing, he knew that I was Mexican, and he also told me that a week after we dated, it was like, oh, like I know you told me you were Mexican, but I met Trump. And he was just like, I was scared to tell you this, blah blah blah. And I was like, I didn't know what to say at the time, but I liked him. I wanted to keep being with him. He voted for him because he didn't want to disappoint his parents. And he's only Republican because he didn't want to disappoint his parents. That's what he told me, and I think that's a whole bunch of bullshit. And that whole N-word thing, he got a lot of hate, and he told me, and like, at that time, I did defend him for saying the N-word, and I said it myself. It was really fucking horrible. And, people attacked me, and, like, there was, like, a voice in the back of my head, like, the N-word is bad. And I'm just like, I didn't realize that voice started getting louder after that relationship. It was just like, wow. So, okay. I was starting to open my eyes. And I started to change. Just so you know, I'm not trying to make any excuse for saying the N-word in the past. And I apologize for saying it in the past. I don't say it no more, obviously. But, and I support Black Lives Matter. But, my past is my past, and I have to own up. And, I mean, like, I just like to own up to shit that I've done in the past. Things that I did, especially the key part of, like, defending Christian while being in a relationship with him for saying the N-word. And everybody exposed him for that. And, like, I think sometimes that he was catfishing me. Like, whoever this person was made Christian Beatles look bad, but, like, he looks bad by himself. Like, that'd be the only account that he was, like, truly on Twitter. And he was also following God's Girl 98, which is Justin's ex-girlfriend, aka Christian's also sister. And I actually talked to her too. I think the whole thing of like me breaking up with him, basically, which I should have, like, even like, you know, when he told me that he was like, he voted for Trump and like he met Trump, and I was just like very, very betrayed, and that when he told me that. But there was this other thing, like we always fight, you know, about like him being my catfish and then catfishing me. Like he gave me his Snapchat and sent me these, and I'd always be skeptic, but like, you know, it was on the real Beadles one account, Twitter account that we talked to about on. And I tried to talk to him on Instagram, but like he never answered, which is like, I still think he's catfish. Maybe that he was, you know, cheating on me. I don't know. But like the last thing that happened was that situation of him, you know, being really manipulative and telling me things, because at the time it was like a friend had died and I was grieving, so we were like just feeling bad, and one of my friends in my friend group were like really triggered by it, and like, you know, she was really suicidal. I was scared that she was gonna commit. Thank God she didn't. But like at the time we were like, everyone, especially me, were like really scared, me being one that was also very suicidal in the past. I was getting better, but you know, I was actually also really triggered too, by the whole situation, and like death being constantly, you know, mentioned, and suicide. And so I was talking to Christian at the same time and like basically telling him how I felt, you know, feeling bad. And then he changed up the whole conversation from me of like that, and then he started saying, oh, I should just do what the haters tell me to do, I should kill myself. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Your friends, like, you only care about your friends and not me. Like, it's like you don't want me, or like just stuff like that. That was really concerning to me. And you know, I was like really mad at him. I was just like, what the fuck, like, you trying to make me feel bad for this type of shit, for worrying for my friend who was triggered by a suicide that was in our friend group. And you know, that whole relationship fucked with my head, and I'm just like, what the fuck. And then after that, like, he said goodnight. He said he was gonna go to sleep, and I was just like, alright, bye. But then he deactivated, and I felt really, really fucking bad. And I was just like, I couldn't find it, and I started having an anxiety attack. And you know, I started crying, and you know, like, I tempted to kill myself, which gladly I failed miserably. After that, it took me a few days to get back online, and I feel like I deserved all the hate that I received at the time when I also defended him for saying the N-word. But it shouldn't have gotten to the point where he deactivated for me to like kill myself for a person that I suppose like I cared at the time. And you know, it's not that big of a story. It was like a fling, basically. Not really like, oh, we were together for 5 years type shit, or like 1 year. But after I kind of recovered of like trying to kill myself with sleeping pills, I went back online and saw that he reactivated, and he was like texting me. He was like apologizing and shit, because I did announce that I was probably gonna kill myself too. And at the time, I, I think I tweeted out a poll of saying like, what should I do? Stupid, and like people voted, like hundreds of people voted in that poll for me to kill myself, and most of them were like sleeping pills, blah blah blah, and like just seeing that was like really triggering. I gave in because I didn't think at the time about my parents. I only really cared about him, which was stupid. But I kind of wanted to spare the very very detailed things. Um, but that was just like base topics that happened in the relationship. Hi, so as I was editing this, I remembered, and it was about like this girl messaging me, telling me to also kind of be careful with Christian. And I told him this too, and like he was like, don't listen to her, she's my crazy ex-girlfriend type shit. Um, like I would show proof, but it was in Snapchat. So I can't settle that conversation. But yeah, he did try to apologize and get back with me. Um, we still like talked like after. And fucking also, he actually, after the way we were like talking after the breakup, he was being really shitty to me actually, like bullying me afterwards, and like he was harassing me kind of. So I broke up with him because it was just like I couldn't anymore. After that, it's just like he literally left without saying goodbye. So yeah, that's the story. That took a lot of weight out of me because I had that in me this whole time. I was scared to post this because I think that no one would believe me or believe me of me like dating him. Or I'm not scared of talking about like the N word or like the whole Black Lives Matter movement because I do support Black Lives Matter. Even though like I said the N word and it's just like that's not okay, but I do push for a change, because like even though I really regret my past, I learned that it was bad to even say like the homie part of the N word. So yeah, since I talked about Black Lives Matter, I'll put down petitions down below to sign if you already haven't already. Because I signed all of them. And I was just like, I tried to sign twice, but it was just like, you already signed this, but that's the end of the story. We'll see you in the next video that will be more lighthearted. So, yeah.